Belize Watch. Knowledge of the past, impacting the present, building the future.
Dr. Thomas Matthews and his wife Tessie came to Belize in 1990. Since that time, the couple has been operating Belize Spice Farm in Golden Stream Village in the Toledo District. Dr. Matthews spoke to our Belize Watch team about his latest project. We will have that for you after we hear from our partners, Distillery, Belize Tourism Board, and Shell Belize Limited.
We are Distillery, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio Cayo, Orange Rock, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. Distillery. Get more? Belize.
I am proud to be a Belizean.
I've always enjoyed the different flavors of my country. Every nook and cranny has its own unique taste.
Our history, rich with culture. We've come so far since our independence. Our flag, rivers, mountains, our people, diverse and strong.
Looking back, I am proud and honored. We must continue to preserve and conserve our culture and country for the next generation.
This is our Belize. Respect it, cherish it, love it.
Shell V-Power with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well. Go Shell.
It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean?
We are in the Toledo District and we are at the Belize Spice Farm. And I have been to the Belize Spice Farm at least twice in the past, right? But Doc, you keep bringing on new stuff. And I want to see some of that new stuff now that we are visiting you, right? Okay. Paul Mahong is, of course, with us, and Paul is the, you know Paul, Doc, right? I'm talking about Dr. Matthews. Yes. You know Paul. Paul Mahong is the voice of the Toledo District, right? Yeah. So whenever I'm in the Toledo District, Paul is always with me, right? Paul is the man that would say arrange things and make sure things work out for us when we are here, Doc. So, greetings, Paul. Thank you so much. And I'll tell you, do your intros.
It's a pleasure to be here at the Belize Spice Farm once again, Chief. We're never tired of coming back here. And we are graced with the presence of Dr. Thomas Matthews, the owner, the manager, the chief executive officer, and his lovely wife, Tessie. They're both so always welcoming and hospitable, as well as the rest of the team, the cameraman, Chief Chris, and of course, Miss Ava Diaz Sosa. But Chief, we're actually at mile 71 on the Southern Highway heading to PG, 71. But if you're in PG coming out here, it's about 35 minutes drive on lovely highway, paved all the way. And I will not say much more because I think Dr. Matthews will give us the package.
Yes. Doc, we were here some years ago, right? Yes. And like I said, it's always a pleasure to come to the Spice Farm. I can recall riding in the tractor, having a good time, stopping at the various spots on the farm. But I know you're a man that continuously keep on improving the product, right?
Yes, sir.
So, Doc, what has happened since the last time I was here?
Okay. We started a distillery for essential oils during the COVID time.
Oh, okay.
So We are going through a trial and error stage. We made oil, but not good enough. So we are improving it to make it commercially profitable.
Doc, when we hear about a distillery, we start to think about alcohol, you know, and alcoholic drinks and that sort of thing, like rum and so on. Right. What sort of distillery are you talking about?
Distillery for essential oil means all the different plants that make essential oil make oil for you, like lemongrass, ylang ylang, perfume. You have vetiver. We have so many different oil you can make, jasmine, roses, everything can have oil, and they're very precious. And musk oil, that's the latest one, and we are trying to make all that. Eucalyptus, and things like that. And we are learning and we, with the staff, and we will be we already marketed it, but we will be marketing more as time goes on.
Doc, I'm eager to see your distillery because I have not seen that part of the operation as yet. Yes. But before we move off to the distillery, let us remind ourselves of who you are and how you came to Belize and what inspired you to do this business.
Okay, I was an anesthesiologist working in U.S., so got interested in diving, and Belize is one of the best places to dive. So we came here in 1990 on a scuba diving vacation and took a vehicle and drove south, see what happened. So we decided the South Belize is pretty much like Kerala, where I grew up.
That's in India, right?
It's in India, right. Kerala, where I grew up. So we had a stage, we went through a stage, maybe yes and maybe not. and we thought it's a good old age project when we finally retired from US, and that's what we did. And it was a very small project. It grew. It took a life of its own, and it just grew by itself. And one of the latest things we are doing is making cabanas in our resort, in our spice farm, and probably will be completed just in a few months.
You showed me that walkway a while ago. Yes. To the cabana. It's a magnificent walkway, right, Paul? We walked over on the walkway to the cabanas, and I could see your vision for the future, and would like to compliment you on that. I think it's a tremendous vision. But let me get Paul's comment, because Paul was walking along with us.
Well, I was very touched, Dr. Matthews, just walking on the walkway, because I could see it extremely environmentally friendly. And I'm not sure, but maybe we'll get your comment where you got all those lovely lumber you're using on the walkway.
Yeah, Doc.
Okay, all the lumber that we are doing the project is from our own farm, which we planted 20 years ago, teak. And basically there is no lumber from the forest. Everything is grown by us. And that also makes the project much more economical. So we don't have to spend too much money, and the bank is kind to us because we can show them a big part as equity, and that make it easy to get a loan from Belize Bank. So that's working out good for us. It's because it's a massive project.
No, Doc, looking at your overall project here, from what I can recall, and remembering the tour on the tractor, the tractor tour, maybe you could just give us a glimpse of what exactly you do here before we move on to see the distillery.
Okay. When people started getting curious what we're doing here, want to see it, then we kind of slowly started a tour, and it kind of went very slow, not too much. Then NCL approached us and see if we can do tour for them, and that created Cinnamon Hall.
Okay.
And all they wanted was 6 bathrooms for their guests, but we said that we cannot just have 6 bathrooms, we need to have a bigger area. So we made Cinnamon Hall, and it was very good. People come here, they appreciate it.
It's a beautiful hall. I like the woodwork.
Okay, thank you. And again, all the lumber in the cinnamon hall, everything is from our own farm. And so from the farm, we got into the tourism industry. And people want to eat, so we are in the restaurant business. Now people asking us, where are we going to stay when we come to Spice Farm? So we are into the resort industry. So I hope that's about it. We're going to stop right there.
So you know, but I know the tractor tour takes you to different plots that you have different things planted.
Yes.
You have ginger, you have different
Black pepper, cinnamon, clove, vanilla. All those plants are strategically located so the tractor can go in and out through different blocks, and people can sit in their trailer and touch, smell, and taste all these plants, especially the senior folks who cannot really walk around too much. They can just sit in the trailer and the tractor will pull, and people, our guides are very, very nice. They will bring specimens for them to smell and taste, and people appreciate that.
It's a great tour. You know, I can remember capturing that on camera. You know, so it's really a great tour, and I would recommend it to anyone who would like to tour and see exactly what you're doing here. But Paul, let's get your impressions, because you were on the tour too.
Well, Chief, I was touched by all the different tropical plants that Dr. Matthews said, but I was also touched by the floral arrangement, natural flowers, Chief, and the butterflies and the hummingbirds and the insects. So it's a very outstanding combination of what you call tropical trees, fruit trees, and what you call flowers, flora and fauna. Like you could never imagine how the amount and the variety, Chief. And just going through the whole tour was such relaxing experience. It's stress-free. You want some experience to relax and enjoy nature the best. Then I say Belize Spice Farm has that ideal setting, and the hospitality here, Doc, Chief, is very outstanding.
So Doc, thank you so much for having us here. I also noticed, Doc, that some of the produce that you do on the farm, you commercialize it, because I see black pepper in your gift shop, and I think it's right from off the farm. I see nutmeg, I see the cacao nibs, I see different things, vanilla, and so on. All that is grown right here on your farm, right?
Yeah, right from here. And on a smaller quantity we are exporting, not a big quantity, but there is a big demand for all these producers right here in Belize.
Yes.
So we are selling locally. That's a big market for us. And black pepper, the tourists who come here, they want us to send it to them, so we will send it to them.
No, Doc, we want to see this distillery, right? Because I haven't seen it yet, and like I said before, when we think about distillery, we think of something that will distill alcohol or produce alcohol. You know,
it's a different.
It's a whole different.
Completely different.
Distillery, right?
Right, completely different. It has nothing to do with alcohol.
So you don't produce any alcohol in your distillery.
No.
All right. Well, let's see what you produce, Doc. I'm eager to see your distillery. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we have to go about 100 feet in that direction.
That direction straight ahead of us.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Paul, you ready?
I'm ready there, Chief, and Doc will be the official tour guide, and we're honored to have him do so.
All right, Doc. Paul, let's walk. Do we walk the side, Doc? Okay. We'll just take our time and walk down the stairway here. Like I said, everything is wood, and all this wood here, Doc, is from your farm. All this all these posts and but you have. That means you must and the shop that would shape these railings and so on. You have.
We have the machinery.
The machinery here.
Yeah, we have the machinery to do it.
Okay, so you got the machinery to do all that. What are you doing here, Doc? What are these little things here?
These are the cabanas, and this is the walkway.
Oh, this is the modern. So the walkway, I noticed the walkway is similar to where we are standing.
Right.
What is this, Doc?
Teak again. Teak.
So you're telling me now that the walkway we are on, this is the walkway here, and the cabanas are.
Or the units.
The units are set here.
The big one.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
So you lay it out before you construct it.
Well, one of the reasons we did that is this concept in my head need to be transmitted to other people. So we made these models.
So this will be your big building.
Yeah, all the buildings are the same, but this one we made a roof and see how it look like.
Wow. All right. So all the buildings will look like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all of them look like
All right. So, and these sections
yeah,
are exactly how
this whole thing served its purpose. We can actually dismantle it because it was hard to let people know what we are going to do.
Yeah.
Now they know, and they're already doing it.
Yeah, as an entrepreneur myself, I know ideas to do things like this usually start here. And then usually you as the entrepreneur, you have the idea, but a lot of people don't see it right away. It's hard.
Paper.
Yeah.
When you do the model, they actually see it.
They actually see it. But you know exactly in your mind what you're doing as an entrepreneur, right? That's how it works.
Okay.
All right, so we head in this direction here, Doc?
Yeah, direction.
All right.
You go in.
What, Doc?
This is the distillery, that whole thing.
Oh, that's a distillery there. So it's a local made distillery then, Doc. You put everything together?
Everything here.
So you never import, but I guess you have to import some of the machinery.
No, actually, I'll talk about it when we get there. Everything came from here.
Doc, I admire how you set up yourself, you know, Doc. They are the carriages for the tractor, right? The tour.
Okay, you picked a good day to come here because otherwise it'll be full of water.
Yeah, we talked to the rain, you know. Paul knows how to do these things, Doc. He usually asks for a little grace period, you know, and we can get it.
So distillery has 3 parts. This is where the water is boiled to make steam.
And you made that boiler yourself, Doc?
We did that here.
Okay.
The steam come down here, and it's split into different routes and go up into the actual distillery. And this distillery will be full of anything you want. Like what we use is lemongrass.
Okay.
And I'll show you lemongrass then.
So it's not only for lemongrass. You can do other
Orange skin, so many things you can do.
So you can take like the peels off the orange and produce oil out of it?
Right,
Okay.
right. But CPBL probably don't want any competition, so we are not getting deeply into it. But we
you
can.
grow orange trees as well, right?
We can do it, but the orange peel is up in CPBL factory, so we are not going there.
Okay.
So this is the distillery, and the top of the distillery, the steam is produced. That steam is vapor, not water, right?
Okay.
Steam is vapor, and it goes in there and comes through a condenser to cool it down. Condenser will be this. We are replacing it into a newer condenser.
Okay.
So that's why it's disconnected up there. So the condenser cools the steam down. Once it's cooled down, it becomes water and oil. And that oil then we separate in here. The oil floats, the water settles down. We separate the water and the oil on the top. Okay. And we get the oil. And that oil is very valuable.
Now how much, if we take the fever grass, how much fever grass would you have to use to make, let's say, a bottle, 10-ounce bottle of oil?
We did 400 pounds in there.
400 pounds of fever grass to make
about, I can't tell you exactly how much it is, but what we did was enough to market, but not enough to make a profit.
Okay.
So we are redoing the distillery completely. We could not redistribute the steam in the whole chamber. So right now we are splitting it and distributing through the whole chamber so we get more oil.
Where did you get the inspiration for the distillery from, Doc?
Well, this was in the head. The COVID kind of inspired for me to do this.
So during COVID period, you sat there thinking, what will I do?
Nothing else to do. Yeah, so with COVID time, we started this. This will be actively produced and marketed in maybe in another month or 2. It's always have to wait on a part from US. So right now we are in the waiting stage.
Okay. So all these things you welded together?
We did all that.
You did all the welding and stuff.
That is the cooling station.
Okay.
The water that is used to cool go up there on the top. and there are 2 fans on both sides, and it come down like a rain, come down to the bottom, and the heat is extracted, and the cold water comes here back to the condenser again.
Okay.
So,
So
we
you recycle the same water.
same water.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So under that would be what? What do we have under there? Okay.
You raise it, you can see the water.
Okay, let me raise this so he can see. All right, Doc. So what happened to this water now?
This water is going through the condenser and get hot, come back on the top, way on the top. You can see the sprinklers there.
Okay.
Sprinkler come down, it's hot water. The 2 fans take the heat out.
So the water comes up there, taken up there, brought down back,
As it comes down, it gets cooled
and it
cool
gets
down
cooled
again.
down again.
Uh-huh. Yeah, just like a nuclear power plant, same thing.
Okay.
Right.
Same principle. Huh?
Same principle.
Yeah.
Some of the farmers are interested in Golden Stream. They're making, they're growing lemongrass for me. Mm-hmm.
So you're creating another new industry because farmers will start growing for you.
Right.
And they take so much lemongrass to produce just this little bit of oil.
Right.
Now, how do you sell the oil? How do you market the oil?
Lemongrass oil has no problem with the marketing. You can make as much as you want to. There is a huge market out there.
Okay.
Used in perfumery, insect repellent, soap, candles, in medicine, extracting vitamins, so much.
So much. I used to look at lemongrass as something just for lemongrass tea.
I didn't mention that. That's another one. That's another one.
Yeah.
So this lemongrass is only a part of it.
Yeah.
You can have musk oil, you can have vetiver oil, you can have ylang ylang, even copal tree. We make copal tree oil.
Okay.
Copal tree make a lot of oil. All the copal tree oil we made sold out immediately. No, we didn't have any problem selling it.
So you didn't have any problem selling your copal
No problem.
oil?
No.
All right.
Sold out real fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what else would you, beside the copal and the fever grass and the lemongrass, we call it fever grass, right? Is it the same fever grass?
It's the same thing.
The same thing,
Pretty
right?
much.
What other
We have planted making a farm out of ylang ylang. You know what that is, right?
Ylang ylang?
Perfume. It's perfume.
Perfume?
Yeah, ylang ylang.
Where does that grow?
It's plenty in Belize.
Oh yeah? And you make perfume out of it?
Perfume out of it.
Yeah.
And there are farms in Madagascar. There is a farm in Ecuador, and we may be the third one.
Yeah. Ylang ylang?
Ylang ylang. Y-L-A-N-G.
Ylang ylang.
Ylang ylang.
Okay, so I'm learning something here. Doc.
Okay.
Thanks.
And we also someday will be making oil out of champaka tree.
Of what?
Champaka.
Champaka. What's
Champaka.
a champaka tree?
You know, you familiar with magnolia?
Magnolia. I've heard about magnolia. Yeah.
In U.S.
Yeah.
Southern magnolia. Okay. It's a tropical cousin of the magnolia.
Okay.
So it is look the same.
Look the same.
The leaf very close. Perfume is unbelievable. So we're trying to make
You
oil.
have samples of those around here in the farm?
Yeah, we have plenty here.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's when we might have to take another tour of the farm, Doc.
You have to when I finish the cabanas, come and see. The cabana name is Champaka Magnolia.
Oh, okay.
Because our theme is perfume, fragrance. So the whole place ought to be smelling good.
Good. So and the fragrance here is wonderful because you're smelling all the different plants.
Lot of perfume. Most of the fragrant perfumery plants let the perfume out by evening. You walk around in the evening. But the daytime, they pump the perfume back into their main trunk. You don't smell it.
You don't smell it. Yeah.
Okay. So actually, ylang ylang need to be harvested at night.
Ylang ylang.
Should be harvested at night. People come in the evening and they work through the night, and in the morning they can clock out.
Yeah. I wonder if Paul is familiar with ylang ylang. You know ylang ylang?
It's a tree.
Yeah, can tell me about it. How you know about ylang ylang?
Well, I'm familiar with it because it's a very shady tree, Chief. It's used for shade, and I think it bears long white flowers. That's very scenty. Not doesn't bear flowers. So, but I heard it in a conversation with a guy from.
Maybe I should bring a flower to you.
Yes.
Please.
We got to look at it. Maybe it's a tree that I know, but then they know it by that name, you know.
I had to walk up to that corner.
It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean?
We will find out much more about the various spices on the farm when our team goes out into the fields. We take a break to hear from our partners, the Barry, Belize Tourism Board, and Shell Belize Limited.
We are the Barry, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio Cayo, Orange, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. The Barry. Get more? Be less.
I am proud to be a Belizean. Your bande, your bande. Your bande, your bande.
I've always enjoyed the different flavors of my country. Every nook and cranny has its own unique taste.
Our history, rich with culture. We've come so far since our independence. Our flag, rivers, mountains, our people, diverse and strong.
Looking back, I am proud and honored. We must continue to preserve and conserve our culture and country for the next generation.
This is our Belize. Respect it, cherish it, love it.
Shell V-Power with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well. Go Shell.
It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean?
Almost there. There you go. Pick the flower and smell it.
Oh yes, I know. It's very.
So this flower here, right?
Yellow flower. Yes. We got it.
Ah, yeah, I've seen this in the Doc. It turns out ilang lang, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Smell it. No, you can smell it.
Oh, just smell it like that? You're right, Doc.
Yes, it's very.
Smell like a perfume?
It's a perfume. The rain last few days probably didn't put a damp on the smell, but it's still very perfumery.
Yeah. It's a perfume tree.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
I know Ava would like this. Where are they?
There are a lot of flowers there. See there?
So
Yeah.
that's the way the flower look.
Right. You look like a little spider. Right.
It's very.
And it's very fragrant by evening.
Okay.
By morning, it's not much fragrant
So how
anymore.
would you go about making perfume from this, Doc?
We distill it.
The same way, the same way.
Same way.
Paul, check this out.
Yes, man.
Yeah, he's going to bring you more.
Very, very.
That little
scented.
flower that look like okra, this one, right there in front of you. Right here, next to the palm, that side. It's called an ambrette,
The yellow one.
yellow one.
flower.
Look like an okra.
Okay, Doc. These are the flower you're
This
planting.
is called an ambrette.
Ombrette.
A-M, ambrette.
A-M-T-E.
B-R-E-T-T-E, ambrette.
Ombrette.
And
And this
other
is
name,
perfume as well?
the common name is musk plant. The perfume each plant has a different part of their body that make perfume. Like ilang ilang, it is the flowers. For ambrette, it's the
This one.
seed.
Oh, so the seed would be in these pots?
Yeah, I'm looking for a ripe one.
Oh, you find a ripe one, yeah.
Yeah, here it is, one ripe one.
One
here.
ripe one, yeah. There it is.
You can pick it and open it. The seed looks like okra seed, but it also smells.
Oops, sorry, Doc.
Oh, a lot of them. Yeah, give it to Paul.
Okay, right here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's ilang ilang.
Yeah, so this is the lang lang.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Paul. There it is. This is the ilang lang, and this is the
Ambrette, musk plant.
musk plant, and this makes perfume as well.
Oh yeah, very very interesting perfume and very expensive and very valuable. And I don't see why we cannot have a big farm here in Belize because it grows. See the seed.
What that, Paul?
See the seed.
Okay, these are the seeds, and so you crush the seeds.
You crush the seed and distill it.
Okay.
And it smell like the oil that you get from musk deer. Musk deer. Musk deer. Musk deer has a gland on its body in the belly. People take it and distill it, and it has a very musky smell to it. Yeah, people like it, that musky. Either to make a perfume or as it is, it's very interesting fragrance. But a very interesting thing is this plant do the same thing.
Okay. And Doc, these seeds, can you squeeze them and will they smell right now or not yet? Until you deal with
probably you probably take a hammer and break it.
Yeah.
Then it may smell.
Tough seeds. Though.
Yeah. So this is a very interesting plant. It's called Ambrette plant.
You could, Paul, but you have to really break the seed in two.
Yeah, a lot of these plants
I
are.
took my nails and.
A lot of these plants grow very well in Belize.
Broke a seed. Let me see. You could vaguely smell it.
Already?
Yeah.
I haven't done it. I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it.
Do it with you have to break it with your nails.
I have a collection of it. We are going to go.
I use my nails just not to break it.
Yeah, we are going to go big time on this.
Yeah. Interesting, Doc. Learning a lot here today.
Yeah.
Imagine. A lot of seeds in one pot.
Then there is something called pachauli.
Pachauli?
Pachauli.
What does that look like?
Pachauli. Pachauli is the size of maybe about 1 foot, 2 feet in height. Look like a spinach or something close to it. Then we have lemon balm. We have different fragrance from mint, mountain mint, spearmint. They all make oil.
You have all those here at the farm?
We have all that. Each one of these, like patchouli, grown in Indonesia. And each one of them can be a completely different industry, like a citrus industry.
Wow.
Each one of these.
But these plants here that you're showing me, were they native in Belize or?
No.
Or you have to bring them, right? You have to import them.
These are coming from outside. And also they're grown in Asia. And also there is a different kind of ambrette in Ecuador, which has pink flowers.
Okay.
And we have that too. We got it locally here.
So this was brought in, this particular tree we're looking at was brought in from where?
Ambrette came from probably one of the Asian countries. It's available in Belize, but
it's not indigenous to Belize, right?
It's not indigenous to Belize, but it like Belize.
But you love Belize, no? It flourishes in Belize.
Right, they love it.
So anyone who would want seeds, like to say, to get into this, can they come to you?
They could come up here and probably we can have a partnership, like we can make oil out of it if they grow for me.
For you, okay. Excellent. Yeah. So, and to plant it?
Ambrette.
Ambrette.
Or you can, if you want to search for it, just search for musk, M-U-S-K, musk plant. Musk plant.
And any of these seeds would grow into a plant?
Into a plant like this.
So any of these seeds,
right.
These little seeds I have here, could grow a plant. All these are precious seeds. All right. So, you know how trees I have in my hand here? Many trees are right here in my hand. Eucalyptus is native to Australia, you're telling me.
Right. But it's available in Belize. Make good oil, eucalyptus oil, which is most of the people know essential oil by 2 or 3 most common ones like lemongrass, eucalyptus.
And eucalyptus is found in a lot of things that we use commercially too. Vicks, I think, have eucalyptus in it, right?
Commercially, what's the question?
Vicks.
Vicks. You may be right on that. Yeah, Wicks on that.
They advertise that they have eucalyptus oil in
It's a very strong plant. We are trying to multiply them, and get more out of it. I'm sure it make good oil.
But you use the leaves, Doc, right? Do
Leaves
you?
for oil.
The leaves, because the smell is in the leaves.
In the
I'm
leaf.
smelling this leaf right now, and man,
Strong, right?
strong. Like
Paul, you want to pick one leaf and smell it?
Yeah. Come, Paul, come.
Pick one just now, Doc, and let me tell you.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, break it like that.
I could recall, I think it's valuable for local medicines, Chief. I think local. Yes, that's right. I think yes, I could see that it's sold in the small bottles in the drugstores. Eucalyptus oil.
So, Doc, you'll be making local eucalyptus oil.
Right.
That's what you'll be doing.
Right. That is a little bit
Right.
correct.
And right at the distillery we were looking at earlier. Okay.
Lavender, make lavender oil.
Lavender oil as well, Doc? But
Lavender.
this is a young lavender plant?
Yeah,
or?
young lavender plant. Lavender like a little more cooler weather, but it grows here.
But how tall would these grow?
Lavender may grow about 3 feet, 2 to 3 feet, and make beautiful lavender flowers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you extract the oil from the leaf or the flower?
Leaf. Leaf and flower, I believe. We haven't done it yet, no. Yeah.
But you're starting to experiment with it.
Starting to do it, yeah. And those white leaves you see are kind of silvery leaf. They are sage. This is tulsi.
What?
Tulsi.
Tulsi.
Tulsi. It's very sacred for Indian people, and it make oil, and the oil is very precious.
And you brought this in from India?
No, it's available everywhere in Belize.
It's available all over Belize? Okay. And the smell, what smell? What?
Yeah, you can pick up the smell.
The leaf is what smells?
Yeah.
These are familiar scents, but you don't know where they come from, you know?
Very fragrant.
Yeah, it's very familiar, but you don't know exactly where they come from until you go in the come around and learn like you're teaching us right now. What is this one now, Doc?
This is pachauli.
Pachau? Who?
Pachauli.
Pachauli.
Very interesting smell to it.
Okay. Yeah.
Very different, completely different.
Smell.
Different smell.
Yeah, pachauli.
It make a lot of oil.
It smells nice too, Doc.
Yeah, it's a big industry in many countries. We can do the same thing.
So you'll have all these different variety of oils, all these varieties of oil.
Oh, each one will be different, small little tiny bottles, and like you could make a huge industry out of it.
Okay. And you'll be encouraging farmers from around the area to grow for you, right?
Yeah, so far only lemongrass, but I like them to do patchouli, I like them to do tulsi, mint, lavender, vetiver, all of them, because it's probably a good industry for people who have a little bit of land and don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. What would you say if someone come and say, Doc, I need to learn how to grow this variety here? Would you teach them?
Yeah, they can. But I have a good gardener here. He is very good. He learned everything. He can do. He can.
Willing to teach.
He's willing to teach,
how to grow it and get it up to maturity and get the proper oil out of it. Right?
We can even supervise their farm, because hopefully they will send the cuttings to us to make oil.
They smell nice, though.
It is a very interesting smell. Very small. Paul didn't smell it.
Very interesting smell.
Yeah, it's not a perfume. It's different.
Yeah.
It's not like ylang ylang. It's different.
Different from ylang ylang, yeah.
It's patchouli.
Whole different smell.
Very different.
So you're going to have a wide variety of perfumes and stuff being distilled here, Doc?
All these are experiments, and we will take this to the field to produce oil.
Okay, so
yeah, we need a lot to make a little oil, right? We need a lot of.
So you said that your first set of oil that you produced was not viable enough.
No, not profitable.
Not profitable, but
no,
how?
It will be profitable.
You're confident?
Yeah, I'm confident, yeah. We checked the temperature. The steam was not evenly distributed in the distillery. Now we are splitting the steam into different areas, and each one will have a thermometer and a valve to open, so it will be distributed evenly. Once it is evenly distributed, we should make more oil.
No, Doc, what's next to Spice Farm? Because it looks like you're going completely. You're turned yourself into an educational institution, because this is a whole world of education here coming to your spice farm. Even taking that tour that you do, you know.
This itself can be a tour because a lot of people are interested in essential oil.
Yes.
There are hundreds of essential oils. It's not an exaggeration. There are hundreds of essential oil. Some of them are more valuable than gold.
No. I think I might have asked you this question before, but I'll ask it again if I did, you know. What made you become interested in all of this essential oil side of the business?
I like perfume. Who doesn't like perfume?
Of course.
Yeah. Plus, I'm very curious. And distillation is mostly physics, right? Completely different from what I was doing all my life. Something very different. So that make it more interesting.
And just to be around here and keep smelling these plants is good enough inspiration.
This is the first year. Wait until next year when we have everything organized. The rain really set us back a lot. You know, we can make oil like oregano. There are a lot of things you can make oil out of. Even turmeric make oil. Black pepper make oil.
Yes.
And they're all very precious.
Yeah. I've seen the turmeric oil, and it's a good oil indeed.
It's kind of yellowish, and it has strong smell of the turmeric.
Okay, Doc, we have moved to your nursery, and this is lavender you're telling me.
Lavender. This is the lavender. Make a very nice perfume. Yeah.
Lavender perfume. You like probably familiar with lavender perfume?
Yes, and
lavender soap too?
Exactly so, Chief. And lavender disinfectant. And you get those locally too. And we're using a lot of disinfectant and things like that, especially through the COVID phase, for make what you call prevention. Spread.
This is a rosemary.
Rosemary. I hear about rosemary, Doc. I hear about rosemary. And those over there, what?
This is the plant that I named the resort. Champaka. Champaka.
Where is that from?
Champaka is all over the world, Southeast Asia. We have it in Belize. Like I told you, it's a magnolia.
The same Champaka we talked about earlier.
Champaka. We will have about 100 or 150 Champaka in the resort area. And the whole place is going to like a perfume. Because Champaka, if you have one flower, it will smell like crazy. So we will have a whole bunch of trees. It should be very pretty.
And what you're growing over there? These are the same.
That's ambrette. Ambrette.
Uh-huh.
And that I don't really know. Oh, that's just a pepper. I don't know what that is. Yeah.
And I know this big clump here is fever grass.
Fever
that
grass.
much I know.
Yeah.
That much I know. This is fever grass. Yeah. So smell this. How much of this you say it take for make some onx oil? How much of this it takes to make an onx oil? You said. Something about 400 pounds.
We use 400 pounds, and I forgot
pounds of this.
Yeah,
this is light.
We bring it by truck, and then we will make oil. I forgot how much oil we get, exact measurement. I can't remember. Yeah.
But lemongrass has its own distinct smell, right?
Very distinct. Each one of these essential oil has its own smell and quality. And oil also come from different parts of the plant. Each one is different. Some of them come from the flowers. Some of the essential oil come from the roots. Some of them come from the seed, ambrette. So each plant produces the oil in a different part of the right? Yeah.
Interesting, doctor. I find this all interesting, and a whole education here on what we can do with what we have. You know?
Yeah. All these are going to the resort area, all the Champaka.
Okay, so these were planted in the resort area. We need to look at that resort area in detail, Doc.
Okay.
Right?
You want to come back another month?
Well, how long will it take before you're completed?
End of January, I'm hoping to have 2 units completed.
Okay. Well, when you have those 2 units completed, give us a shout, Doc. But we want to see where you're at now and how far you're at.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty.
Okay, so maybe we could just go there and see and have a look before the waters come down. What do we have in this area here, Doc?
We have a nursery full of perfume plants like umbrette and lavender and rosemary.
But right here in front of us, this area right here in front of us. What do we have in this area right here in front of us?
Okay, let me see what they are.
Because you showed me those in another area, and now you still have more here.
Those are Ixora for landscaping.
Okay.
Those on the other side that you see as umbrette seedlings that will be going into this between citrus rows. We're going to plant it and collect umbrette and make oil, hopefully. That's the only thing.
So all this will be planted here on your compound?
Yes, sir.
All of you're seeing will be planted here on your compound. That's a lot of planting, Doc.
Yes, sir. Most of them we are learning.
Yeah. Wow. So you yourself learning how to deal with some of these. So all these lumber pieces of wood you're seeing here are cut at teak?
Teak.
These are teak, right?
All of them are teak.
And so this is what you'll be using. I notice you're using that for the new resort.
New resort. Even the skin we are using.
How do you use the skin of the teak, Doc?
I have to show you that.
You mean to show me that? Because I have not heard about the skin of the teak
skin
being used. Yes. I thought you would just throw that away.
No, we don't throw away anything.
Oh, Doc say you don't throw away nothing.
I don't know how you're going to get there, but you can see the lumber there.
Yes, I can see your lumber operation.
So all those are the skin.
And so those you will be using all of that, Doc?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to show you where we use it.
And definitely not as firewood, right?
No, not firewood, not yet. No, it's going to be different.
Okay. Yeah. I'm interested to see how creatively you will use that.
Okay.
You know, and then
we can go this way.
You plane your lumber here and you set it to dry, right?
Yeah, we will take it to a drying room. Most of we try to use it as soon as we can, but you really need to dry it.
Okay.
Teak dries very fast.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's a very resilient tree, right? Really.
It's a very strong tree,
yeah,
and
so all these are teak trees you have here.
There are a lot of teak farms coming up in Belize.
Lots
and lots of it.
All this is teak.
What about wood lice? Affect the teak?
Don't touch it.
It's not friendly to the wood lice. Okay.
But if you keep it in the ground for a long time, the wood lice will get onto it.
Yes, like everything else. Wood lice are a very aggressive thing.
They will figure it out.
They figure out how to get to the wood, you know.
Yeah.
But like you say, you have to leave it on the ground a long time, right?
Yeah, you have to leave it for a long time.
No, this that we are seeing here on the ground, this is not here for a long time, right?
Well, the rain slowing us down.
The rain is slowing you down, no?
Yeah, but we are cutting almost every day. They go overtime in the night, cut it in the night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent, Doc. You got a heck of an operation there. You do your own cutting, your own milking, your own everything. Growing your own stuff.
We will wrap up our visit to Belize Spice Farm after this break as we meet Dr. Matthew's wife, Tessie, and he speaks of some of his future plans. We will be back with more after we hear from our partners, the Barry, Belize Tourism Board, and Shell Belize Limited.
We are the Barry, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio Cayo, Honduras, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. The Barry. Get more? Be less.
I am proud to be a Belizean.
I've always enjoyed the different flavors of my country. Every nook and cranny has its own unique taste.
Our history, rich with culture. We've come so far since our independence. Our flag, rivers, mountains, our people, diverse and strong.
Looking back, I am proud and honored. We must continue to preserve and conserve our culture and country for the next generation.
This is our Belize. Respect it, cherish it, love it.
Shell V-Power with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well. Go Shell.
It don't matter what part of the jewelry come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean?
Well, Doc, I want to thank you so much for hosting us here today. You know, I sort of enjoyed my visit around, and it's very educational. I would encourage particularly our students to come and get to know the Spice Farm, because it is a unique operation here in our country. And what I admire is that you use everything, you know, that is produced by the forest, you know, that is produced in our soil, by our soil, in our soil, using our soil. So let me say how happy I am, as usual, to have this experience of visiting here with you. So thank you so much for that. I think I'll just stop here and get your comments.
Okay. Well, we are glad we are here. This country has been very nice to us, and we have fertile land. In like people say, you have to keep something from growing in Belize. Everything grows in Belize. Everything grows in Belize. So we are experimenting with so many different plants that we could probably grow in Belize, and will be an industry by itself in Belize. Like, I don't think there is essential oil industry in Belize yet, but we are probably like to be the pioneers. We like to start with lemongrass, ambrete, lemon balm, patchouli, tulsi, vetiver, the list, lavender, rosemary, the list is very big. And each one of them can be an industry by itself. Each one of these plants can be industry by itself. So people learn from us. My staff knows everything they need to do, and they can teach other people, and this could be an industry other than coconut and banana and citrus. This could be an industry by itself and give an employment opportunity to many people.
Yeah, because people can grow on their farms and come and sell to you because you have the distillery. You're setting up the distillery.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes. Yeah. We already tested many of these plants and make sure they make oil. Yeah. So only thing we have to do is go into production. Right.
Full scale production. I noticed your wife is here. Would you introduce us to her?
This is my wife. Her name is Tessie Matthew. And I married her many years ago.
Many years ago. Mr. C, secret, Mr. C. How long?
Maybe 60 years. 1965 we married.
Wow, that's a long time, Mr. C.
Long time.
That's a long time. I got married in 1970, Mr. C.
Oh.
So you all got married 5 years before me. Yeah. And you are from India as well?
Uh-huh.
Now, what do you think of our country, Belize? Was it hard for you to move to live in Belize? When he said, oh, I'm going to stay in Belize, and so what did you say?
I like it. Whenever I come, whatever he like, I go with.
You get involved in the operations here on the farm?
What is it?
Do you get involved here?
Some I involved.
Yeah. You started painting ombre flowers.
Okay, so you're a painter?
I learned a little bit.
Ombre flowers make beautiful specimen to paint. So she started painting the flowers, and it opens up like a flower, and it lasts forever, I believe. It's very interesting. So she's part of everything I do.
And of course, she'll tell you if the perfume is made to perfection or not, because she would know about that.
Yeah, she liked the perfume, Ylang Ylang perfume, and we even make perfume from so many things like allspice. We make perfume out of that. Copal tree. We like to pick the plants that make the maximum amount of oil, and after we master that, probably we go into jasmine, gardenia, roses.
You know, Doctor, there's a question I might have asked before, but I'll ask again if I asked it before. How long have you been in Belize, you said?
We came in 1990. That's a long time. So I've been here in
about 30 odd years. That was most of your married life you have spent here?
It's here, right? I've been here in Golden Stream more than many of the people in Golden Stream.
Okay. And this is, you made this home, right?
Yes, sir. This is my home.
And your wife says she followed. She is in total agreement with you. You know, this.
Whatever he do, I go for.
And he was very smart, you know, because he selected the most beautiful country in the world as home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you go back to India every now and then?
Yeah, once in a way we go and stay there. Visit, yeah.
You visit your friends and relatives.
Family, yeah.
Doc, you know, in conversation with you, I learned, and you told me you don't mind me saying your age, 83 years old. Doc, that's you have to give us a secret, Doc.
Actually, you can ask my wife. I eat like crazy, a lot of food, but I exercise a lot too and work all the time, and always like to have something to look forward to the next day.
I think that has a lot to do with aging, right? That we have something to look forward to at all times. You know, every day you wake up or you go to bed, you say, tomorrow when I get up, I am going to do so and so on. You know, there's something you want to do.
Something you want to do, something you are looking forward to, and when you finish it, you feel good about it. Yeah. And I think if you don't have that fire in your belly, then you kind of wither away and kind of disappear. Mm-hmm. I think the planet, the Mother Earth, find you useful and keep you around. Yeah. You just don't want to sit in front of the TV and waste away. I don't really want to do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to keep active right through to the end.
As I can. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm blessed with health. I don't take any medicine. 83, and my examination, the doctor take 5 or 10 minutes. Rest of the time, he's just talking.
So in good shape, Doc. So so mentally and physically, you're good. Like I say, you have something to look forward to, and you do your exercise, walking around, and your farm.
Bicycle
as well. Yeah. Mrs., how do you keep up with this young man here?
It's very hard. Very hard to keep up with him. He's a good husband. Whatever he do, I behind him all the time.
Okay, that's very, very good. I must compliment both of you, because this couldn't happen without that cooperation from both of you and that togetherness, right? Paul, let me give you this microphone.
Thank you very much, Chief. I am feeling very much in my heart that the Belize Spice Farm is much more than just a location in Golden Stream with a rich variety and aroma of flora and fauna and what you call valuable timber. But I can recall doing several news items in the past years on Love News, reference the Belize Spice Farm reaching out to the community. And I can recall, as I sit here, the reaching out in the time of flood-prone area, natural disaster, and independence celebration. I would ask Dr. Matthews to please share with us. Doc, tell us.
We don't publicize it too much, but if there is a flood, they know we are going to help them with food or whatever we can do. And the school, looking forward to every year Independence Day. This year, we sent 2 trailers. The children were very happy to ride it, and it was a beautiful parade. And we fed all the kids and the best we can, and we enjoy doing it. Yeah, we think it's we are very thankful they let us do it. I believe we want to be, we are part of the community. We have been here 32 years, so we are part of the community. I'm not a Maya, but I could as well be a Maya. I'm here.
Doc, I don't want to put you against the wall, and feel free to answer it or not, but at the peak of your operation, about how many locals do you employ here, and what communities they come from?
Most of our staff come from Golden Stream. We have also a lot of people coming from Indian Creek, Silver Creek. My contractor for the resort is from San Miguel. So we all local. A lot of money goes through here. The resort probably, should I say, close to $1 million. That money is going to be going here in Golden Stream and Silver Creek and all these villages, because we don't really have to buy anything. It's all our teak and our products. The only thing money we are spending is labor, and that labor is local community.
Doc, I just wanted to add to what Chief had mentioned, that it's a very valuable educational place for children to come. But I'd like to add that it's also a place for families to come, because you offer what you call, you have accommodations here for families. And apart from that, Doc, we are sitting at what you call a cinnamon hall. Would you accommodate weddings or private functions?
Yes. As a matter of fact, the next wedding will be on the December 24th. And we never deny anybody, irrespective of their budget. If somebody cannot afford it, we come down with it, whatever they can afford. And if somebody want to be posh about it and doesn't care about money, we go up. Doesn't matter. So we accommodate everybody.
Doc, while we're talking that, what would be your contact information then?
Okay. Well, Belize, in South Belize, people know us. For others, our phone number is, of course, area code for the country 501-670-1338. And you can search for us, Belize Spice Farm. You'll easily find us. Contacting us is very easy.
So would I be correct in saying that you're at mile 71, heading from Belize City down to PG, and you're about 35 minutes drive from Punta Gorda to the Spice Farm? Chief?
We're really Golden Stream, you know. But before we go, Doc, I'm intrigued really about this expansion program that you're doing. You know, the rooms that you're going to establish, because now you're moving from just being an educational center towards being a more hospitality concentrated business. How far are we with that, you said? Just remind us before we go.
Okay, it's an evolution of our business. People were curious about us, and we started a small tour. Then the cruise people, there's a cruise coming from PG. So we are interested. We are highly rated. Most of the people put an X after 5 to rate us. So I think we are up there. Okay, so then we have a eating place. That's our restaurant, and people want to know where they can stay close by. And so right now we are getting into the hospitality industry, starting a resort, which probably I like to do it like a unique, not something that you see in many places. Of course, we don't have a beach, so we have to make up for it. And so it's going to be like a 6-foot high walkway, which is about 900 feet. The walkway branches into different units, reaches a different unit. Each one will be made by our own teak, completely wood. Only the post coming from the ground is the cement. And it will be very interesting. And our theme is, we have, the name of the resort is Champaka, magnolia, which is a very fragrant tree in US or here. In US, it's southern magnolia. Here it is champaka. And even one flower in a room will be it'll be perfume. Aroma, which is very perfumery. But we're going to have about 100 trees. So the whole place is going to be beautiful. Of course, along with that, we have gardenia, ylang ylang, many other fragrant flowers. And we have a beautiful water lily garden and lotus, 3 different colors of lotus. So the view from the walkway looking down will be very pretty, especially at night when we have all these places lit up. It will be beautiful.
And you're welcomed by the map of Belize. That's what I can see there. The first thing you see as you take off on the tour of the farm will be the map of Belize.
Yeah.
On the ground with plants, planted well planted out. I think it's a wonderful way to start your tour. Well, Doc, I want to commend you and your wife and your family for the work you're doing, for the educational values that you're instilling when it comes to the appreciation for what Belize has to offer. I want to thank you so much for bringing that out, and thank you for making Belize your home. Anything you want to tell me, ma'am, before I go? Because
No, nothing.
Okay, what I want to tell you, thank you for taking care of this good gentleman here. He doesn't look his age, for sure. He certainly doesn't act it. You can testify to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doc, again, thank you. And Paul, anything else from you before we go?
Chief, I would only continue to wish both Dr. Thomas Macho and his lovely wife, Tessie, all the best in life and in their business as they reach out to the communities here in southern Belize and the rest of Belize and abroad.
Well, Doc, thank you for sharing your experiences with me.
Thank you for coming and spending so much time here.
Yeah,
Chris, thank you so much.
I really appreciate it, Doc, for you receiving us and allowing us to talk to you and getting to learn what we have learned here today. So thank you so much. And what you do, Doc, is obviously a labor of love, right? It's inspired by the love you have for the nature, and of course the love you'd have for a beautiful country like Belize, the most beautiful country in the world, I call it, right? Because for me, that's what it is, the most beautiful country in the world. I love Belize, and because I choose to love Belize, and because you choose to love Belize, I say to you, Belize and beyond. Yeah, you. Thanks for choosing love. Belize Watch. Knowledge of the past, impacting the present, building the future.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what?